Okay, so today is the second part of the building tutorials. It's going to be the background buildings. These are the buildings that don't have a lot of focus on them, so the shading and the modeling will be way more simpler. So the modeling, what you want to do is you want to model it plain and simple, not like the last one where we model all the individual windows. In this one, we are going to just model where the windows are going to be and maybe shape it. So here I'm just insetting one face and extruding it, and insetting another face and extruding it, and leaving the whole building mostly intact because the windows I'm going to shape with the brick texture node in the shade editor. And now when we move to the shading, we won't change a lot. So we plug the principal BCDF into the shader RGB, then we plug into a color ramp that we set to a constant, and then we mix that with a mix RGB set to multiply, and plug a emission through a shader to RGB into the mix RGB, so that the emission will make it nice and bright, and the BSDF will make the shadows, and this color ramp will make it hard shadows. So now we have a nice pleasing transition. So that is a nice simple plain shader for the background buildings. We won't be using the curvature node for this one because it's the background buildings, so you won't see it a lot actually. It's just for that nice satisfying clean hard edged lines. So for the windows, we are just going to bring in a brick texture node and then Control T it. We rotate it so that the bricks are normal squares or rectangles, and we now scale it down and remove the offset because we want all the windows to be like in a row. And then we copy and paste the texture from the main brick paint into here so that we have the shadows the same as in the building, but we add an emission and plug that into the brick color so that we can brighten the brick colors. And what you can also do is you can add different emission colors for each brick color so that you have one brighter than the other, as in this example here that I made in like an hour or two. You can see that some bricks are dark and some bricks are bright, so you can have this like some rooms are lit and some rooms are not, but in this one we're just going to have it simple. And there we go. So now we have our basic window texture. And now I'm just making a scene with these buildings. Maybe some other time I'll make a tutorial on the traffic lights and the road, but that is it for now. Oh yeah, and here's the node setups just in case you got lost throughout the tutorial. This is the main building, and this one is the background building. And there we go. That are the buildings. The main one in the front and the background buildings at the back. I'll probably do a tutorial for like the roads and the traffic lights later on, but that is it for now. Also, I was planning on making an asset library. If anyone has any suggestions, you can leave it in the comments. Alright, boy.